It's a question I hear quite often. What's the real difference between a pigeon and a dove? For many, the word dove conjures up images of a delicate, pure white bird, perhaps released at a wedding, symbolizing peace and love. On the other hand, pigeon often brings to mind the flocks of robust grey birds pecking at scraps in our town squares. This distinction, however, is more a product of human language and culture than it is of biological science. We tend to apply the name dove to the smaller, more slender members of the bird family, while pigeon is reserved for the larger, stockier ones. But nature, as always, is a little more complex and far more interesting than our simple labels suggest. The truth is, both doves and pigeons belong to the very same bird family, a large and diverse group called Columbidae. This family contains around 350 different species scattered across the globe, and, scientifically speaking, there is no strict line dividing a pigeon from a dove. Think of it like this. It's a bit like calling a large dog a hound and a small one a pup. They are all fundamentally dogs. In the UK, this becomes wonderfully clear when you start looking at the birds themselves. We have species we call pigeons, like the woodpigeon, and others we call doves, like the collared dove. But they are all just variations on a beautifully successful theme. This naming convention can even be misleading. For instance, the bird we call the stock dove is actually more closely related to the chunky woodpigeon than it is to the other doves it shares a name with, like the turtle dove or collared dove. It just goes to show that these common names are more about tradition than taxonomy. To truly understand these birds, we have to look past the names and focus on the details, their size, their plumage, their calls, and their behavior. It's in these subtle differences that the real story of their evolution and their place in our ecosystem is written, waiting for us to observe and appreciate it. In the UK, we are fortunate to have several species from the Columbidae family that you can regularly see. These include the familiar feral pigeon, the much rarer wild rock dove, the huge wood pigeon, the more secretive stock dove, the now ubiquitous collared dove, and the tragically endangered turtle dove. Each one has its own unique story, its own distinct appearance, and its own special voice that adds to the soundscape of our countryside, parks, and cities. Exploring the lives of these birds reveals a fascinating tale of adaptation, survival, and the intricate, often surprising connections within this single feathered family that we've split into two with our words. When you see a pigeon in a city centre, from London's Trafalgar Square to the streets of Manchester, you are looking at a feral pigeon. These birds are the epitome of urban wildlife, perfectly adapted to living alongside humanity. Their plumage is incredibly varied. You'll see them in shades of grey, black, white, and mottled brown, often with a beautiful iridescent sheen of purple and green on their necks that catches the light. This variety is a direct result of their ancestry. Feral pigeons are the descendants of domesticated rock doves, which humans have selectively bred for centuries for food, as messengers, and for racing. These birds escaped or were released, and they found our cities to be the perfect substitute for their ancestral homes. Their wild ancestor, the true rock dove, is now one of Britain's rarest birds. These are the original wild-form pigeons, and they look very similar to the classic grey feral pigeon, pale grey bodies, two distinct black bars across their wings, a metallic sheen on the neck, and a telltale white patch on their lower back or rump. To survive, they need coastal cliffs with caves and ledges for nesting, far from human interference. Today, genuinely wild populations, which can only be confirmed by DNA testing, are thought to be restricted to the most remote coastlines of northern Scotland and parts of Ireland, their genetic purity constantly threatened by interbreeding with their feral relatives. The story of how these birds became so intertwined with our own is fascinating. Humans first domesticated rock doves thousands of years ago. Their incredible homing instinct, was harnessed to carry messages over vast distances, a service that was vital long before modern technology. Pigeons served as war heroes, carrying crucial intelligence across battlefields, with some even being awarded medals for their bravery. One famous pigeon named G.I. Joe is credited with saving the lives of over 1,000 British soldiers during World War II by delivering a message to call off a planned bombing raid on a village that had just been captured by Allied forces. So, the next time you hear that familiar rolling coo-roo-coo sound echoing around a train station or a town square, remember the bird's noble lineage. You are not just looking at a common city bird, but a living link to the wild rock doves of our remote sea cliffs and a testament to a long and storied history with humankind. These feral pigeons are true survivors, masters of the urban jungle, and a constant feathered reminder of the wild nature that exists right on our doorsteps, thriving in the world we have built. They are a success story, born from the cliffs and now ruling the concrete canyons. Moving away from the city, our woodlands, parks and farmlands are dominated by the UK's largest and most common member of the family, the woodpigeon. This is a truly substantial bird, often weighing over half a kilogram. Its plumage is a soft blue-grey with a chest washed in a lovely pinkish or vinous colour. The most giveaway feature, however, is the bright white patch on each side of its neck, which stands out brilliantly against the grey feathers. As it flies, you'll also notice broad white bars across its wings. The woodpigeon's song is a familiar rhythmic 5-note phrase, "My toe is sore, Betty," a sound that defines a British summer's day. Often overlooked but just as wonderful is the stock dove. It's a slightly smaller and more elegantly proportioned bird than the woodpigeon, with a more uniform, muted blue-grey plumage. Crucially, it completely lacks the woodpigeon's white neck patches and wing bars, which is the easiest way to tell them apart. Instead of white, the stock dove has a subtle, iridescent green and purple patch on the side of its neck that gleams in the sunlight. Another key feature is its eye. It has a large, dark, liquid-looking eye that gives it a gentle and soulful expression. They are often found in similar habitats to woodpigeons like parkland and farmland, but are more secretive. Their nesting habits also differ. While the woodpigeon will build a rather flimsy-looking platform of twigs in a tree or a thick hedge, the stock dove is a cavity nester. It seeks out holes in old trees, crevices in cliffs, and even abandoned rabbit burrows to lay its eggs. This preference for holes means you're more likely to find them in mature woodland, parkland with veteran trees, or along coastal cliffs. Their call is also distinct from the woodpigeon's song. It's a deep, repetitive, and almost mournful series of ooh-ooh-coos, a sound that can carry a long way on a quiet morning. Learning to distinguish between these two grey woodland birds is a fantastic piece of fieldcraft for any budding naturalist. When you see a flock of pigeons feeding in a field, take a moment to scan through them carefully. Look for the flash of white on the neck that signals a woodpigeon, or search for the more understated beauty of the stock dove, with its dark eye and uniform grey feathers. Paying attention to these details not only helps you identify the birds, but also deepens your appreciation for the subtle diversity that exists within this remarkable family, hidden in plain sight. The stories of the collared dove and the turtle dove in Britain could not be more different. One is a tale of incredible success, the other of heartbreaking decline. The collared dove is a relative newcomer to our shores. Originally from South Asia, this bird began a remarkable natural colonization across Europe during the 20th century. It first bred in England in 1955, and in the decades since, its population has exploded. Today, these birds are a common sight in gardens, towns and villages across the entire UK. They are elegant, pale, greyish-brown birds, smaller than a woodpigeon, with a distinctive narrow black half collar on the back of their neck and deep red eyes. Their success is partly down to their adaptability, thriving in suburban habitats and raising multiple broods a year. Their song is now one of the most familiar bird sounds in Britain, a repetitive three-note hoo-hoo-hoo, which some people think sounds like the chant Uni Ted. This relentless call is a soundtrack to many suburban mornings. The story of the collared dove is a modern marvel of natural history, a testament to how quickly a species can expand and establish itself in a new territory when the conditions are right. From a single breeding pair, they have become one of our most widespread birds in just a few human generations. In tragic contrast, we have the turtle dove. This is our smallest and most delicate dove, a migratory species that spends its summers here and winters in sub-Saharan Africa. It is an exquisitely beautiful bird with a dusty pink breast and intricately patterned orange and black feathers on its wings that look like the scales of a tortoise shell, which is where its name comes from. On its neck, it has a unique patch of black and white stripes. Its song is not a coo, but a gentle, vibrating purr, a soft, sleepy sound that once epitomized the arrival of summer in the English countryside. Sadly, this sound is now vanishingly rare. The turtle dove is the UK's fastest declining bird species, with its population having plummeted by a catastrophic 98% since 1970. This is due to a combination of factors, including the loss of suitable habitat and food sources, wildflower seeds, on its UK breeding grounds, and the pressures of hunting on its migration routes. It is now on the brink of being lost as a breeding bird in Britain. This shocking decline highlights the fragility of our migratory birds and the immense conservation challenge we face. While the collared dove is a symbol of success, the turtle dove has become a powerful emblem of loss, a reminder of what we stand to lose if we don't act to protect our natural world.